I am right outside of Boulder, Utah, getting ready to set out on an almost 2-week adventure to see some of the cool areas around this historic town. Great. Morning of day 6, going down the Upper Gulch. Let's go. Well, my creek has gone dry before I had a chance to fill up on water too. But I know it'll come back. There'll be water downstream. A little side canyon comes in called Water Canyon. Has some great water coming out of it. Anyway, actually the lack of water means a lack of brush, which means faster walking. So right now I'm all for it. I still have water, so I'm okay. I was thinking about cooking me some lunch, but that's not gonna happen. I'm down to 1 pack of ramen noodles. That's all the food I have. It'll be only the second time ever I've run out of food. But a little cash is ahead, so all will be okay. Here we go. Passing the bottom of Egg Canyon. There's some really good petrified wood up there. But today we are on another mission. Down canyon we go. We have reached the junction with Water Canyon. Almost as good as a fountain in the desert. I'm ready for it. It's the wash has been dry for the last few hours, so I'm anxious to get some good water. Climbed up into this huge alcove. It's very cool. I camped here on my 2011 trip. It's one of the years I did not make a video. Actually, I hopped around that year as well. Did a few shorter hikes. That's the year I hiked the John Muir Trail, so Utah got shortchanged that year. As awesome as it is, I don't really see any evidence of inhabitation by the natives. There's no rock art that I can see. Only evidence of cows getting out of the sun, hanging out in probably a shady place during the summer. Last time I came through here, this was an actual waterfall. It's crazy how much drier it is this year. And I'm not sure if it's just because it was an extremely dry year, or it's been 14 years since I've been here, so maybe just the continued drought has really dried up the Upper Gulch. That's as big a waterfall we're gonna get. It's funny, there was a big seep or a spring right below the waterfall. So there is a little water running now. Definitely a different look to this part of the canyon. Been a few more seeps, and then now there's a little creek is running. Lots of brush. Still a fairly good trail the whole way though. Getting close to the bottom where it intersects the Burr Trail. The Burr Trail Road. Yay! Made it to the Burr Trail Road. And appropriately, I just saw my first people in 5 days. Two couples from Salt Lake City area had a big campsite back just a ways. Cooking food that smelled really good. Drinking beer, looked like. Also had an illegal fire, but I chose not to say anything about that. Hopefully they're responsible people. Ah, la la la. Vital supplies. Here we go. This is kind of crazy, but when I went to bed last night, this wash was completely dry. And this morning I saw some water and I see that it's running. It's almost like a little mini flash flood, but that's definitely not the case, so something must cause the water to flow in the morning. Because now there's a nice little trickle of a stream by me, which last night was not here. And following it all the way down, you can see the very beginning of it. As far as it's getting, it's sinking into the sand, but it's still moving down. I've been watching it for 10 minutes and it's slowly making its way down the wash. Very interesting. Day 7, headed down the gulch. I've come back to this rock that I remember from a previous trip. I think I called it the Pirate or the Buccaneer, something like that. Glad to see it again. I wasn't sure exactly where it was, so happy to have spotted it. Okay, Pirate, we're back to hiking. On a previous trip, I did what I dubbed the high route, which is to follow that high ridge line that divides the gulch and Sand Holler. And it was quite amazing. The views up there on top are just incredible. You can see so far in so many directions, so many canyon systems. It's great. It takes a lot more work to do though, I'll tell you that. And for that reason, right now I'm quite happy just hiking down the gulch. Nice cow trail to follow, hiking through the shade of the cottonwoods, a little bit of water running. Still scenic, not quite as scenic as that high route, but for now it's quite good and getting me to where I want to be. All right, here we go. Honey, I'm home. I've made it to the line shack partway down the gulch. Don't think there's too much to see here, but let's check it out. The Econo gate still works. Front door looks locked up, but luckily the side door is wide open. Guess this is the garage. Old bunk and just a lot of junk. I believe the line shacks were just kind of a holdover pit stop for the ranchers. to make life a little easier when out managing the herd. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to see anything inside this one. Pretty simple little abode. I don't like the look of those clouds. Okay, it's at this point we're going to leave the gulch, head up over the hills, head that way, head over towards Boulder Creek. Yeah, I'd say rain is coming. Dark clouds are surrounding me. Oh, nothing like climbing a sand dune with the pack to convince you you're out of shape. Ugh. So here's what remains of an old fence. Not much left, but this is what the ranchers used to make with just the supplies that they had on hand, usually juniper logs. It's called a rip gut fence. And their goal was to make something which was horse high, bull stout, and pig tight. Pretty amazing they could do that just with what they had available. The technique basically used two types of logs. The long log, which was called the rider, and then the shorter logs called the stakes. And they would crisscross those in a pattern on down the line to make it work. Unfortunately, this one could not withstand time and the shifting sands of this big dune. But back in the day, I'm sure it served its purpose, which was likely to keep all the cattle over in the gulch and not to let them wander where I'm headed over into Sand Holler. Crossing over the ridge into Sand Holler. Already a lot of sand. My original plan was to go that way and get up into the Upper Creek and go down. But with these storms threatening, I want to minimize my time in narrow canyons with creeks. So I'm going to just head over the saddle I've done before and connect with Boulder Creek farther down. All right, that's the plan. Here we go. Climbing out of Sand Holler up to the sandstone saddle. Actually, I'm going to a different saddle than I originally planned. I've never done this one, so this one's a little farther to the north. Anxious to see what it's like. Looks like a nice big mushroom rock up on top of that ridge. There were days I would go up and check that out. Today is not one of those days because we're going this way. Anybody up for a game of Moki marbles? These guys. There we go. There's a big Moki marble. Check that guy out. Bigger than a golf ball. Let's see how it rolls. Let's follow this line. Well, that was unimpressive. Take two. Let's see how she rolls. That one's better. Looking up at Boulder Mountain, maybe getting some rain. The town of Boulder is now over there. About 8 miles is all. Even though it seems like I'm way out in the wilderness. A little town with restaurants and everything is right over there. Not that Boulder Town is any megapolis by any means, but still, civilization not that far away. It's hard to believe how cut off Boulder Town was from the rest of the world. Last town to get its mail by mule. I've talked about the Boulder Mail Trail before. And spoiler alert, we may see it again later on this hike. It's also one of the last towns to get electricity, not till the 1950s. And the road, paved road over Boulder Mountain, didn't get paved till 1985, which really isn't that long ago. Some people were going to the arcade back in those days, listening to Purple Rain and enjoying the 80s. Can't imagine a lifestyle with a town with only one paved road into it. Really isolated from the rest of the world. The gravel road prior to that over Boulder Mountain was closed 6 months out of the year. So Boulder was really cut off. Some nice colorful slick rock here at the top of the saddle. May not show up that great since it's a gloomy day, but it's still colorful. And finally, the view I've been waiting for. Looking down into the Boulder Creek drainage. Whew. That's where we're going. To avoid the narrows, we're going to angle over that way. So I didn't cross at the saddle that I had before. I wanted to try this saddle to the north. It's new to me. I knew there was a lot of slick rock out here that would be cool. So here we are. So far, so good. Look at these cool rocks. Love it. There's a big tank. Still headed down towards Boulder Creek. The sun popped out and now the colors are popping. I'm headed down this drainage. I'm gonna see if I can get to Boulder Creek. I'm not sure it connects. I'd like to have some more water because that water I had from the gulch was pretty junky cow water. Eventually I'm probably gonna have to take the high route though to bypass the narrows. I should clarify, I do know this drainage connects with Boulder Creek. It just may not do so in a hikeable fashion. Boulder Creek is very entrenched, so there are actually very few spots along this stretch that you can get down to the creek. So we'll see if this is one of them. If not, there is one farther down along the way I plan to go, but I'm not sure I want to do that one. It involves a little climbing. Just more work than needed. Like eventually I'll get to the spot where I know I can get down easily. Okay, here we go. More potholes of water, but I'm still holding off for Boulder Creek. Hopefully. Boulder Creek is right over there, but I don't know. I'm not feeling too positive about getting to it. Let's see. Oh, I can hear Boulder Creek. Can't see it. Can't get there. As feared, the inner canyon is just too entrenched. No way down from here. I'm gonna go start following the along the rim route. There's one way down there. I'll see if it's worth the effort. Okay, I broke down and had some of the pothole water, and I can actually confirm it's actually better than the water from the gulch. Once filtered, tastes pure as crystal spring water. Okay, maybe not that pure, but still very good. I took mine from this smaller pothole, which seemed to have a little less gunk in it than this one, but I don't know. Sometimes pothole have a kind of a tea taste, that it's kind of stewed in all the ground stuff for a little too long, but yeah, this one was good. I'm becoming obsessed with analyzing my fruit chews now. Seems each package has 11, and here again I got all 5 colors, all 5 varieties. So strawberry, peach, grape, raspberry, and orange. And once again, very heavy on the strawberry. 5 of the 11, strawberry. Previous video I complained about Welch's not having any blueberry after showing it on the package, but now I realize that's actually a grape. So there's a green grape and a purple grape, a red grape. So anyway, my apologies to Welch's for saying bad things about the missing blueberries. I guess it's all okay. Well, folks, I must be getting old because I'm choosing not to go through the Narrows. I had a little lunch break, a little water break, and kind of talked myself into doing it. I was so close, the drop in, sun was out, weather wasn't an issue anymore. I thought I should just do it. There's typically one big swimmer, and I could float the pack and do that. And it's such a low water year, such a dry year, I thought may not even be a swimmer. But older, rational Jamal kicked in and said, no, you know what? If it's hard, if it's a mess, it's going to slow me down even more. And stuff could go wrong. I'd have to take time to secure all my gear. Yada, yada, yada. So I should just walk the rim. So that's what we're going to do. I'll tell you what, though, I'll show you some pictures from when that younger, courageous Jamal did it back in the day. Here you go. So yeah, those were the days. Part of me wishes I'd done it today, but yeah, it's probably the best choice. It's funny how I talk myself into it and then talk myself out of it. It's the way it goes, I guess. It's definitely faster up here along the rim, I'll tell you that. It's too bad the sun has been out for the last hour or so, pretty strong, and the colors were great, but it seems to have dipped behind the clouds again. I tried to solar charge some batteries, got a little bit of juice, not much, but man, I'm running low again. Unfortunately, I only put a small power bank in my cache, so that didn't help too much. Boulder Creek Narrows. Dun, dun, dun. So the truest Narrows is right down there at that corner. And though it looks like there could be a deep pool there, the year I did it, it was actually only knee, thigh deep the whole way until around that corner it started opening up, and then there was just an elongated pool that required swimming. Looking right down in the Narrows now, kind of ominous there in the shadows. You can see the still part at the end, that's probably the swimmer. I don't know if you can hear it from here, but it's really loud, and it is one thing I remember going through. It's just deafening loud in there in the first part. Another reason I changed my mind is conditions change. As I learned last year on the trip through the barracks with my buddies, yeah, things change, and if there would be a new obstacle down there, that I didn't account for time-wise, yeah, that would have been problematic. So anyway, better safe than sorry, right? I hope so. Okay, no regrets. We're having fun up here on the rim, making better time, and we're definitely still gonna get wet. There's no way to avoid that in Boulder Creek, but hopefully no swimming will be involved. All right, here we go. Finally at Boulder Creek. Wow, I just saw a big fish. I can't believe it. I don't know what kind of fish are in here, but man, that looked like it's probably 8-9 inches. Okay, here we go. Have our own little narrows. I actually think just walking down the creek might be the easiest way. We'll see. Fighting the brush is no fun. Yeah, I don't know that you'll ever be able to see these fish, but they're big. I can see them better because I have polarized sunglasses and they show up. I can see through all the reflections. There's one. It's like a sucker fish. See those in the Escalante sometimes. Okay, here we go. I cannot tell you how good this water feels on the legs. At some point I'm gonna maybe fully submerge. Okay, here are the fish again. I think the lighting might work out this time. There they go. So I'm just walking down the canyon here. There's a bench route that I could get to that's somewhat of a shortcut. Then there's a super shortcut that Steve Allen recommends that I tried one time and I could not do. It was too steep of a slickrock pass for me. I've talked to other people who bailed on it as well. I don't know. Not for me. But right now, walking down the water feels great. Bunch of these fish. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Cheated and got out of the water for a little bit. Speed thins up, but I'm gonna have to get right back in. It's a really good section through here. Hard to walk on these rocks and use a camera at the same time. Across Utah, gotta love it. On the map, there's a few bends in the creek that make a big E, letter E. And we're right in the middle of that right now. Right on the inner bends of the E. There's some more of those fish. And you won't be able to see. Well, maybe you can. Hey, fishers. How you guys doing? Sorry to disturb your fish party. Another big school of those fish. Coming through, fish. Man, they don't want to give up their spots. Man, I kicked one. Come on, fish. Come on. Get out of my way. Wow. Look at these guys. Oh, they're sending in reinforcements. Attack, attack. All right, I mean you no harm. Coming through, fish. Like it or not. Goodbye, fish. Let's get down this canyon. Cool little cave here in the E-bend. Okay, still going down. I got out of the water again to try to speed things up. Maybe here I can show you the fish from high above. Up on the rocks again, avoiding some of the canyon. The lower bottom part of the E bends. I'm gonna have to get down in the water again to get around that next corner. Now that one was tough. It's crazy. I know it won't look like much, but that was almost mid-thigh there. And it's all funneled into one spot. And man, this current was strong. There's a bypass that I didn't notice till afterwards, but whew, it's been the most excitement so far. Pretty good canyon. I like it.